Hello everyone, my name is Tian Shenghong. This is our group's video. The members of our group are Tian Shenghong, Dong Cun, Wang Songyi, Xintong, and Wang Yaxue. Based on our understanding of the article Stakeholder Capitalism by Martin and Palmer, I'm excited to discuss our concept map, which focuses on the differences between stakeholder capitalism and traditional capitalism. This comparison is essential for understanding how these two frameworks influence business practices and ethical considerations. In the article, we can see there are 6 types of capitalism methods. There are labor capitalism, government capitalism, investor capitalism, marginal capitalism, entrepreneurial capitalism, and stakeholder capitalism. Among them, since most of these 5 older capitalist models originated in the last century and they have many similarities, so we classify them as traditional capitalism. So in our concept map, we identify 2 primary forms of capitalism. At first, let's look at stakeholder capitalism. This model centers on cooperation and mutual benefit. It emphasizes collaboration among various stakeholders, such as customers, employees, and communities, to create long-term value. At the same time, stakeholder capitalism also considers the long-term social and environmental impacts of business decisions to promote sustainable development. In contrast, traditional capitalism often prioritizes short-term financial returns. This approach tends to separate ethics from business decisions, valuing competition as a zero-sum game where companies fight for limited resources. The primary goal here is maximizing shareholder value, often at the expense of other stakeholders. Now, I'm going to pass to Dong Cun.
In this article, we argue that stakeholder capitalism is a more modern form of capitalism because it's based on freedom, rights, and positive obligations through consent. First, everyone can do what they want, including reach long-term sustainable voluntary agreements. Second, everyone has the right to protect themselves in these agreements. Finally, these individuals can decide to cooperate and assume obligations and responsibilities to others through these voluntary agreements. We believe that when these obligations and responsibilities are met, the relationship is sustainable. Therefore, this is one of the core principles of stakeholder capitalism. For example, value can be created, traded, and sustained because the parties to an agreement are willing to accept responsibility for the consequence of their actions. We believe that ethics is a very important element in modern business activities. Stakeholder capitalism urges everyone to maintain good ethics and responsibility principles to promote the long-term sustainability of business. At the same time, this will allow companies to fulfill more social responsibilities and create value for more people. In contrast, we found that traditional capitalism tends to focus more on competition, whether it's a competition between workers and capitalists, the confrontation between the government and enterprises, or the struggle among capitalists. All of this will lead to a zero-sum competition outcome. All of this driven by pursuit of profit maximization in traditional capitalism. Traditional capitalism believes that competition is necessary. For example, competition is necessary, it's argued, due to the many individuals fighting over the same resources. This will gradually enter a various cycle, leading to a gradual separation of ethics and business. For example, if individuals are in a constant survival mode with value being taken rather than created, ethics is assumed to have limited and even determined role in capitalism. Let's pass to Songyi to do his part.
Hello everyone, my name is Wang Songyi. Based on my understanding of the article in praise of the incomplete leaders, I will now discuss the content. The content map I made was divided into layers. First of all, the cause issue we can find from the passages is what the vocab in leadership. Let's start with the first layer of the content map. The core idea is leadership. Leadership is divided into 4 base competencies, each with a different force. Different use of the capabilities lead to different results, as can be seen from the last layer of my company's background, which lead to both success and failures, and I included the actual case mentioned in the article to explain why they were successful. Sense-making is the first point is need from our situations, data, experience, conversations, analysis of 5 parts. One can master these 5 and follow marketing's realities, interpretations will be successful. On the other hand, if you are not sure about these 5 things, you will not finish sense-making and will get the reasons of the failure. We can see exam writing here. At IDEO, sense-making is the first step is design. Team acts like apologists to understanding the product from different perspectives. In one project, redesigning and emergency rooms, they use a camera to capture a patient's experience, revealing hours of setting footages. This led to redesigning the setting to be more aesthetically pleasing and informative for patients. The second point relating to this point contains 3 key inquiries, advantages connecting. In this will just find a health balance to interventions, you will succeed. For example, in this picture, Tian replaced its CEO with 4 managing directors who share leadership. They follow simple rules. Each give their opinions. Decisions are made by majority vote, and each has veto power. If you reparations, defensive will fail. The third point is that there are only 2 things you need to know, focus and energies. And when you have those 2 things, can exciting event crystallize and you can success like the companies in the exam. The ANC Flamingo scenario envision sustainable process for inclusive growth, rebuilding the economies and the instincts placing differences. These client visions inspired them to focus on their roots, increasing a better future. There is the groundwork for others to join help realize it. If nobody joins just vision, this is with fails. The last thing that inventing requires into conceive, design, practice, new way organizing to transform a vision into reality. Same as before, actions process will lead failures for the companies in the exam. In college, George Ross and Art Kleina's discrete and open industries produce team strategy. We studied due advanced organization structures. The team invent a mechanical prototyping device, the harmony box, which allow engineers for different specialties to collaborate by setting physical mock UPS. This improves coordinations and helps solo design problem together. A most important point is the dotted lines. The risk of the success event from visions transfer. In the end, it is mentioned that those four abilities of leadership coexist, but the best leader is still an imperfect lead. Although each ability has always method of success, it's difficult for leaders to include this leadership at the same time. Let us celebrate its incompetence, that is the human leader. This is the end of my part. Now let's turn to Wang Yaxue and Li Xintong.
Hello, my name is Wang Yaxue. This is a concept map of adaptive leadership made by my partner and me. Next, we will explain the context of adaptive leadership in detail through this concept map. Adaptive leadership is leadership approach designed to help teams and organizations navigate complex trends and challenges. It focuses on three core competencies: situation, challenges, leader behaviors, and adaptive work. First, let's talk about situation challenges. In adaptive leadership, challenges can be divided to three categories. Transitional challenges. These are straightforward problems with no solutions, often relying on expertise to address technical and adaptive changes. These challenges have a technical aspect but also require people to adapt their behavior and mindsets to resolve the issue. Adaptive challenges. These are the most complex and involve deep changes in values, behaviors, and culture. Addressing them requires significant transformation with the organization or team. Next, it's my partner Li Xintong speech.
Thank you, Yaxue. I'm Xintong. In adaptive leadership, leader behaviors are critical to guiding teams through change. Here are 6 key behaviors. 1. Identifying the adaptive challenge. Leaders must differentiate between the technical problems and the deeper adaptive challenges that require behavioral change. 2. Big picture view. Stepping back to observe patterns and dynamics in the organization. 3. Support voices. Ensuring that all levels, especially marginalized voices, are heard and considered. 4. Empower ownership. Empowering the team to take responsibility for solving problems rather than rely on the leader for solutions. 5. Making disciplined attention. Keeping the team focused on important, often uncomfortable issues without avoidance. 6. Regulating distress. Managing the stress that comes with the change. Keeping the team motivated without overwhelming them. Finally, we come to adaptive work. According to the leader's role is one of facilitation rather than direction, and the floors put processes in place to implement solutions. Adaptive work is the goal, where leaders create a safe environment for team members to engage without zero issues, fostering growth and adaptability together. Let my partner Yaxue sum it up. Thank you.
Okay, let me just summarize. Conclusion: adaptive leadership is about more than just fixing problems. It's about mobilizing people to face challenges, change their behaviors, and grow in the progress. By admitting, challenging, guiding behaviors, and fostering a supportive environment, Leaders can help their teams through in the complex situations. Thanks.